Welcome to the third video in this Active Directory series. In the first video, we installed and configured Active Directory using two virtual machines, one for the domain controller and one for the client. In the second video, we explored setting up group policy, enabling and disabling accounts, and looking at security logs. In this video, we're going to be exploring file permissions and creating security groups. So we're going to begin by opening up the C drive and going to create 4 folders in here. We'll call one read access, we'll call one write access, we'll call one no access, and we'll create a 4th one called accounting. So now that the folders are created, we are going to share the folders and set the permissions on the folders. So we'll begin with the read access folder. We're going to right click and we're going to go to properties, sharing, click share. We're going to share this with all the domain users. Click add and then share. I will click done. And now we'll go to security. And we'll see here that there's read and execute, list folder contents, and read enabled. So now we're going to come here to write access and do the same thing. We're going to share. We're going to add the domain users. And here we're going to change the permission level to read and write. We'll click share, and we come over to security, domain users, and now we can see the domain users can now read and write on the files. So that means that they're able to make changes. Third, we have no access. So we're going to come here, sharing. We're going to share this with domain admins. So this will only be available to the admins. Since this currently is logged into an admin account, I can open up no access. So now we're going to log in with a standard domain user account, and we're going to test these folders. So here we are on a standard user account for the domain. I'm going to open up the File Explorer, and we're going to open up the network drive for the domain. So here we can see the folders no access, read access, and write access. So now that we're in a standard user, we're going to open up no access, and you can see that it has been denied because the domain users were not given permission to open this folder. However, the domain users were given permission for the read access. So we're going to open up this folder, and we can see that it could be accessed. However, since this is read only, we would not be able to create any files. So if I was to try and create a new Word document in here, it is not going to work because you need permission for to be changed for read and write. So this is where we'll come over to write access, and we'll go ahead and attempt to create a file. And we see that we were able to create the file and open it. So now we are going to create a security group. And what a security group is that it will be a group of users that are put together to have access to a folder. If anyone is outside of this group, then their access will be denied. So the first thing we're going to do is come up to the Active Directory users and computers. And we're going to create a new organizational unit. We'll call this groups. And inside of groups, we're going to right click and go to new, create a group. And this group name will be accountants. We see that the group type is set as security. So now we are going to add a user to the group. So we'll right click on the group and click add to group. And we will add the domain admins to this group. We see now that the domain admins were successfully added to the group. And so that since this is a domain admin account, we'll go ahead and right click on the accounting folder, go to properties, sharing, and we're going to share it with the accountants group for read and write. Click share, done. Double check here, and the accountants were given full permission. So now I'm going to open up the shared networking folders, and here we see accounting. Since this is a domain admin account, it opens up the folder. So now we are in a standard user account, and here we're going to attempt to open up the accounting folder. And we see that the accounting is denied because the standard users were not given permission to accounting, only the domain admins.